All right. It's been microphone check, check, 1, 2, 3.
Been an incredible.
Let's go, baby. Let's see. All right. Okay, cool. Let's see, show activity. How's everyone doing right here on TikTok? Everybody's doing good. How's everyone doing? All right, cool. Right here on Instagram as well. And we're going to be live right here on YouTube. Today, I want to take a solid 30 minutes to answer all of your guys' questions. So if you guys want to meet me right over here on YouTube to get your questions answered, please jump on the YouTube channel. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the first questions of the day today. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So happy to see you guys. Photo booth season is here, and there is a lot to cover, but we only have about 30 minutes because then I have a one-on-one coming up very soon. So, hi, Brenda. Hi, Adriana. Hi, Samit. And then, hello, everyone on the live on the Instagram. And hello, everyone here on TikTok. Everyone on TikTok, if you guys want to join me on the YouTube channel and post your questions, get your questions answered. Absolutely free. So, what's up, guys? Let's go ahead and talk about it. Photo booth season is here. What are you doing to strategize? What prices are you guys charging? Are you guys selling yourselves short? Something that we have to talk about. The market has become, I want to say, a lot more competitive. I realized even in my area, I have about 4 new photo booth businesses that just got started. The funny part is that I kind of brought it upon myself because most of these new businesses followed my channel, bought their equipment, and have been strategizing using the same techniques I'm using when it comes to like the Google profile and local SEO. So I brought it upon myself, which why now when I have one-on-ones, we're keeping them private because the information that I'm sharing moving forward is information that's really valuable. And if I continue giving out this information, then my own competitors here, they're going to be using the same strategies and it's going to be a whole different ball game. So I got to be more, what's the word? A bit more assertive as we continue moving forward with the industry. So let's go ahead. Yeah, definitely hurting the business. Too much people coming in is great during busy season, but it's the point in the season where it slows down, where everyone's trying to collect some breadcrumbs because the demand is not very, very high and the supply is definitely out there. So I just want to say hi to everybody right here on Instagram. What's up? Anyone on Instagram. So, guys, let's go ahead and get your questions answered. All right, let's start off with some questions. Brenda's saying, I'm just starting and I only have a few videos, but they are demo videos. I want to make some social media flyers to get some business in. Should I use those videos to start off with that? Start off with any videos that you might have and post consistently. And when you're posting those videos, make sure that you guys are using anywhere from 15 to 20 hashtags and those keywords. You want to start gaining authority over those keywords. So when people go on Google and they type in those keywords, your social media platforms pop up. Videos are important, but right now what you guys want to start doing is getting ranked and indexed for those particular keywords. As an example, if you guys go on your phone right now or on your laptop or desktop and you guys type in 360 photo booth rental San Bernardino, most of my social media should come up. Right now, if you guys type in Canary Capital Rentals, there's no keyword in Canary Capital Rentals that's associated with 360 photo booth. However, I made so much content revolving around Canary Capital Rentals that I'll show up and all of my information will show up. And that's the level that I want you guys to get to, so that you guys can bring in leads, and those leads will turn into bookings. And those bookings, well, we already know, more capital for your business and more capital for you to scale. So, Brenda, work with what you got, continue pushing forward. As far as media flyers go ahead and test that out. I don't do media flyers. I spend a lot of time doing other things for my website, SEO optimize, and then also the Google profile. But I encourage you to do whatever you can, and then just see what's working for you and what's not, and then double down on what's really working and taking not so much of your energy. What do they call it? The 20-80% rule. Let's see if we have any questions right over here on TikTok. You guys ever let your dog out to the yard and then they come back in and they stink? Because Max, come here. This is my fat dog Max. He's a very he's a coward. He's a coward dog, but we love him. It's okay. Go away. He smells funny. All right, so let's see. I got messages right here from TikTok. Let's see if I can find those messages. Where are those messages? Where are those messages on TikTok? For all the folks here on TikTok, if you guys want to join, oh, here we go. So we have, the wording is very difficult to read, but it says, hey, I'm getting a lot of views on social Google business profile, but not many bookings. So think about it this way, guys. Every time you are doing something for your business, always switch the shoes up, put on another hat and say, how would I view this as a potential client for this business? If you're getting hits on bookings, right? I'm sorry, if you're getting hits on Google, but your Google page looks beginner, like it's not established, then of course you probably won't even go into the next step, which is actually calling the actual business. So make sure that you guys have not only pictures, but videos on your Google profile, and your social media is popping. It looks captivating to a point where it encourages people to call you guys, because what they see captivated them and they would like to book with you. So then the next step is another thing that you guys are going to have to really get familiar with, and that's, how do you close a deal right over the phone? I didn't really pay attention to this part as I was starting my booth journey. I just thought of making a business happen and growing. But later on, I realized, wow, everything that I did in sales is coming in clutch now, because you have to learn how to close right over the phone. So that's another thing. If you guys never been in sales before, then my best advice to you is to get family members and friends to call you and inquire on your businesses, on your business service, and pretend that they're an actual client, and get used to pitching that line. And once you get comfortable, when a person actually calls in, sound excited over the phone. It's probably going to be easy to be excited over the phone, because you know in your mind that that could potentially lead to an actual client, and that client, that event can lead to building momentum, to getting more clients and more inquiries. So that's the next thing. But I'm going to go ahead and continue to try to answer these questions as fast as possible. Miss London, she writes, will there be a video soon on how to create your own template and mix the templates together on Snapic? That's a video that's definitely what's funny is I actually made that video, and I was walking you guys through the steps on how to do that. And then I wasn't doing the screen recording. So I was recording myself talking. So I was on the verge of showing you guys that video. But my promise to everyone watching right now is, I am going to be diving into Snapic. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make templates, how to use multiple templates on your phone. I'm going to be showing you guys how to use overlays with animation and having that as a background with AI segmentation. I promise I'm going to do all that for you guys, because I've been using Snapic and spend a lot of hours, and I've overcome some challenges, and I want to share those things with you guys, so that you guys don't bounce your head all over the place trying to figure out the effects that Snapic has to offer, because Snapic has a ton of effects. So yes, I will be putting out more content for Snapic users. All right. By the way, for everyone right now watching on Instagram, if you guys can come over to either, primarily I would say YouTube, and post your questions on here, it really helps because I have a ton, and when I say a ton, I have lots and lots of DMs that I haven't got to, just because it's way too much work for me. And then what question leads to another question, and everything's DM. It's private. So if you guys can post your questions here on YouTube, when I answer those questions, people will see the answer to your question, and they might have the same question. So this helps people across the board because that answer and that question is going to stay on the YouTube platform in the comment section. So that's what I do. That's what I want you guys to do moving forward. If you guys have questions on Instagram and on TikTok as well, let's continue getting these questions answered here. So struggling with getting to the top of the Google page. Some of you guys are having a hard time doing that. This is something I cover a lot. In fact, there's a lot of videos on my channel going over how you guys can get to the top of the Google profile. Of course, there's new techniques and strategies you can use, and this is the type of info that I'm sharing with my one-on-ones, who definitely want to take it to the next step. But yet, there's definitely always going to be different ingredients and a different formula when it comes to ranking and getting onto the first page of Google under certain keywords, whether it's photo booth rental, Houston, Texas, or just digital photo booth, Ontario, Canada. Uh, Remember, guys, we're trying to rank for keywords now. That's the name of the game, is ranking for keywords and staying relevant, and also using the proper hashtags across all your social medias. So let's go ahead and go on to the next question here. When you ran out, oh, here we go. When you rent out your cold sparkles, do you use DMX to control them or just to control? Victor, that's a great question. So I use both. For a larger event, I use the DMX to have more control over the four machines that I have. When it's just a quick, entrance for the bride and the groom walking in, and it's only two cold spark machines, I use the controller, set it to 30 seconds. The sparkles go off for 30 seconds. Photographers, videographers are capturing the moment, and that's that. And if I decide to have the cold sparkles also on the dance floor for their first dance, then I'll also have a controller, using one controller for those ones there as well. But sometimes you end up at a place where there's an event and they want to just have it for just like a quick 3 seconds, and then you wait a few minutes, and then someone else comes out on stage, boom, use the DMX controller again. So it just depends. So I have both, but I use the remote way more than I use the DMX controller. But while we're talking about cold sparks, guys, I want to let you know that right now I have a total of 4 cold spark machines. They're all for our 600 watts. And I encourage you guys to start offering the cold spark service as a standalone service. And you guys will be so happy you guys did, because this year alone, I've already, I already rented out the cold sparks just by themselves 2 times for 2 different events. I did 2, and then I had my contractors do another 2, just because I didn't feel like driving way out there. But they went out there, provided cold sparks, and of course, I got a cut for being the I guess you can call the middleman. So yeah, cold sparks alone can be a great way for you guys to make a profit. Okay. By the way, also for everyone watching, every video that I push out, I started placing information that I felt was going to be really helpful to help me save time, and that's including all of my suppliers are in my YouTube description box, and also all the items that I use for my setup is also in the description box. Just to let you guys know, just a reminder. All right, so let's continue moving forward, guys, because yeah, we got time. We got time. Let's keep on rolling. So go ahead and hey, for everyone on Instagram, if you guys have questions, please post your questions right now here on the live on YouTube. Let's get your questions answered. I know I have a lot of questions on Instagram that have not been answered, but I encourage you guys to bring those questions right now. Copy and paste those questions right over here on the YouTube section so we can get those questions answered. All right, cool. Let's see. So that was for the Cold Spark machines. Let's go ahead and yeah, so Brenda says, "Yay, I really want my recordings to be longer on Snapic." Look, guys, I've been very like straight up with you guys. When I was using TouchPix, one of the reasons that I left TouchPix is that they couldn't get this part right. And maybe you guys can relate if you guys are using TouchPix. Now, what happens when I was using TouchPix is I want my videos to be anyone from 21 to 24 seconds long. And no matter what I change on the dialer, it would be a hit and miss. So for example, I would set it so that my videos could be, say, 21 seconds long, right? And when I go to record the video on TouchPix and play it back, the video would only be 14 seconds long. And I called them, sent them emails, and they just couldn't get it right. So I was trying to do numerous things on my end to troubleshoot without their assistance, because I was right there and then at the event. And I would duplicate the events, close one event, open up to another event in hopes that it would record the information properly and the video will be longer. With Snapic, I don't have that problem at all. And most of my videos on Snapic, I keep them around 21 seconds long, all right? So I'm sure some of you guys can relate, because this was a known issue that I was going through almost every single weekend with TouchPix. All right, so man, you guys are hitting me up with a ton of questions. Damn. All right, cool. Let's go. Let's see what's next. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's a pleasure, guys. I'm glad I could be here, breathing and providing you guys with information. Hey, what's up, David? I'm still confused. Uh, Andre writes, "Hey, what's up, David? I'm still a little bit confused should I use 2 polls to record or 3? Do you switch it up from time to time? I'm afraid that if I use 2 polls, it won't be short and won't capture guest." Oh, okay, I get it. You're talking about the arm, Andre. Hey guys, check this out. This is another thing that I haven't shared with you guys, just because I was just recently I was able to test it. So when your phone is on the arm like this, right? Well, if you guys notice, when you have a session and you're recording with your phone, it gives you the option to do ultra wide. And when you go to ultra wide, all of a sudden your pictures, your video, it looks grainy, right? So you want to use just a standard back camera, because that's a strong camera. But look at what you guys can do now moving forward is, I bought this right here, and now I place it on my phone, and I use my main camera, and now I get a wide shot with this dope ass lens. I haven't shared it with you guys. I haven't really made a video on the review, but this past weekend I used it. This thing was amazing. So if you guys are having the issue where you're putting your phone in and it's only like half of their body, just keep in mind, guys, that this could be a solution right here, or having your arm extended out further out from the platform, which sometimes increases the wobbleness, right? The wobbly, drop like so. Okay. So get familiar with this setup, guys. As far as the polls, you're gonna have to just gauge it, do a lot of experimenting in the comfort of your own home. All right. Someone wrote, "Do you charge for your cold sparkles separately or as a package with the 360?" Brenda, like I said, you can bundle them and you can use them in the production of your 360 productions. And that way, when your videos are out and you're posting your videos for your 360 booth events, all of your videos have that signature, which is the cold sparks in the background that a lot of people are not using. In addition to that, yes, you should offer your cold sparks separately. So bundle them, but offer them separately as well. Let's see, another question here. "What do you recommend as payment for the software? I'm using Stripe and it eats up like 4% of my fees." Yeah, guys. So as business owners, we know that no matter what, we're going to have to pay fees. And these fees can go anywhere from 2.5% to like a high 4%. I am using an integrated booking system plus a charging system within Wix. So everything gets done for me and I get money dispersed out to my banking account every other day. So that's what I'm using. I'm using Wix's integrated payment processing system. What's up, fam? All right, let's go ahead. Let me just answer a quick question here on TikTok. By the way, everyone on TikTok, if you guys go to my profile, you guys will see a link tree. It'll take you to the YouTube page where I'll be more than happy to answer your questions if I can get to it right now. But let me go ahead and just answer one question here for Garcia. How much did you make in the first month versus what you invested? So that's a question that ranges, because right now it's busy season. Busy season means you're going to be busy every single weekend. Now, on a smaller scale, say you're busy every single weekend and you get a 2-hour event. I'm charging $700. Well, you times $700 times 4. There you have it. That's how much you can make renting out your booth once a week for 4 weeks a month. All right. So boom, cool. You can make your investment back very fast. I just made a video saying how I invested about $3,000, and look at me now, guys. This has been an incredible journey, and here I am sharing everything with you. Um, I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time setting up the sharing station. It only works on my phone. Am I doing something wrong? The Golden 360 booth for your sharing station. Who are you using as your software provider? The reason I'm asking is because Luma Booth worked pretty well. TouchPix not so well. Snapic has been, I want to say 90% of the time, the videos come in within anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes. Okay. All right. So I want to make sure I answered different people's questions, not just the same person over and over again, guys, because we gotta we gotta show everybody some love here. Uh, hey, 360 Fun Booth, Jose, hello. Oh, what's up, Mondo the Human? Haven't talked to you in a while, brother. Everyone here on YouTube, if you guys can please help me out by hitting that like button. It's absolutely free and it's just your way of showing your support. So if you guys can hit that like button, that'd be super dope. Appreciate it, guys. Can I use Android instead of iPhone? Some platforms allow you to use Android. Right now, I know that I think at the Photo Booth Expo, I think TouchPix said something about them being Android friendly pretty soon. I know that with Snapic, we're going to be using GoPros pretty soon, and that's another thing, guys. Once that GoPro is available, just know that those shaky videos or that wobble won't really affect us much anymore because those are action cameras. GoPros are action cameras specifically for shakiness so once we can use that technology in our 360 videos, that's going to be dope. All right. What's up, Daryl? Daryl wrote here. Daryl writes, would 4 hours for 1,050 for 360 beef be too much? I'm here in West Covina, California. Daryl, that's on the higher side. West Covina is about an hour away from where I'm at right now. And I don't know exactly what you're including in those 4 hours, but that's ambitious. 1,050 for 4 hours. If you can provide people with the promo, because if so, here's the thing, guys. When you set your prices right, and a lot of people are calling you, then that might mean your prices are too low. So if you're like constantly booked, but your prices are low, that I don't think that should be your goal. That's not my goal anymore because I know who I want to attract and how I want to scale my business. So my prices are definitely not the lowest. And that's because if I keep my prices at a rate that allows me to scale, then this is what's going to happen. I'll give you guys a really good example. All right. I want to scale my business. I want to grow. I don't want to be the technician of my business. I want to be the owner of my business. And I actually want to grow my business and not remain a small business. So how do you do that? Well, let's talk about it. Say, for example, for a 2-hour session as a 360 booth operator, you're charging $500. That to me is on the lower end. And you guys are doing yourself a disservice because we know deep inside that when it's a 2-hour event, 2 hours don't go into the event. There's preparation time, there's driving time, there's loading time, and everything else that entails for that event to manifest and take place and then expire. It's not only 2 hours. So you guys really have to calculate how much money you guys are actually putting in and how much energy and time you're putting in. So if you're charging $500 for a 2 hour, just to say that, okay, $500. Now, what happens when on that Saturday you missed out on an event and you tell yourself, shit, should I should I bump up my prices? Should I buy a secondary booth? Because now I'm at a point where I'm being booked every week. However, I'm losing out on business because I can't get a secondary booking for the same exact day. So what happens if you continue to charge $500 for 2 hours? Well, here's an example, right? Say you get a second 360 booth and you have two bookings. Now you have to pay someone to run that 360 booth. How much are you going to pay them and still make money? If you pay them $100 an hour and it's 2 hours, then they're going to go out there, they're going to set up. That's going to probably take them close to 20 to 45 minutes, depending on the type of presentation you have for your 360 booth. and then the first hour and second hour, and then the fourth hour where they have to take down and load everything back in the car, right? So they're going to be at that event anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, and you're only getting $500. How much are you guys going to pay them? So how are you going to scale your business if you're only charging $500 an hour? However, if you're charging, for example, $700 for that 2 hour event, then that's easy, because now this is what's happening. You're paying your contractor $100 an hour, but now you can tell your contractor this, or your assistant, hey, I'm going to pay you $100 for setting up. I'm going to pay you the $100 for the 2 hours you're going to be there. So 1 hour, 100 for the setup, $200 for the 2 hours you're going to be there. That's 300. And I'm also going to give you another $100 for the takedown. So now that contractor is thrilled that they're going to be making $400 for that 2 hour event, and you're charging $700. So you get to pocket $300 for lining up and making things happen, having a contractor going to the event and executing. And this is how you guys are, this is how you scale. This is how I started scaling, because I ran into that issue where I just had assistants and I was paying them $30 an hour, but I needed people who had leadership skills and they were ambitious enough to go out there and handle an event by themselves. Or if they want to take some of that rate that I'm paying them and they want to hire someone else, that's totally fine. That's cool for me, as long as they make it there on time and provide a really good time and do the work with integrity. So guys, please don't make the decision to say, you know what, I'm going to be the cheapest as long as I stay busy, because that's the lifestyle that you want, then that's cool. But I'm telling you, if you guys want to scale, you guys have to really learn how to charge the client the right amount so that that chunk of capital would allow you to scale. Keep this in mind, guys, please. I know I really went off on this, but it's because I get frustrated seeing you guys just use this as a gig and as a hustle, when it can be actually transitioned into a full-blown business and you guys can live a dope lifestyle. Man, I was really passionate about that one, I know. All right, so let's go back to the, let's go. I need some water. I'll be right back. It says, someone wrote, here, let me go up a little higher because a ton of questions were coming in while I was going off. What am I using to record? I'm using a standard iPhone 13. That's what I'm using to record. A basic standard iPhone 13 and Snapic as my software. I'm looking for questions, guys. I'm looking for solid questions. Any tips for prom events? I have 3 this month and we'll be using the 360 LCD booth. Yeah, for prom events, just any event in particular, guys, just find multiple ways that you can provide value, and then people share that value on social media, and it trickles back down to your business. Whether it's having an outro video with all of your information at the end, by encouraging them to leaving a 5-star review on your Google profile page. And also, while you're there, handing out business cards, sharing your social media, letting everyone know, like, hey guys, we're gonna take some of the coolest videos and post them on our social media. Do you guys, would you guys like us to tag you? Things like that. Really make it really interactive and really capitalize in the moment. I invested another thing, guys, that, like I said, I'm just gonna. Sometimes there's things I don't want to share just because, like I said, my area is becoming really saturated with competition. But fuck it. Look, what I ended up doing is I went on OfferUp. I bought a DSLR camera because soon I'm gonna not only gonna be doing digital booth and 360 booth, but I'm also going to go into the game of providing a high quality booth for weddings and big corporates. And those are going to have mirrorless cameras and DSLR cameras with picture qualities that are going to be 100 times better. So when I'm at events now, guys, I'm taking my DSLR camera, and as soon as I get out there, I'm like boom, 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 like that guy on TikTok, taking a bunch of pictures, because those pictures are the pictures you guys are going to want to post on your social media and Google. Okay. There's another key ingredient on what to do with videos and pictures while they're still in your laptop. There's a way, guys, that you can inject them with formula so that when they're out, they carry a code with them that circles back and points to your business. That's some other shit that I've been checking out lately, because I gotta geek out. Competition out here is fierce. All right. So someone wrote, Click 360 writes, appreciate you. Question: I understand you do a lot of events by yourself, but at what point do you find necessary to bring an assistant? So the only times so now I've been trying to separate myself from the business a little bit more and more and more. But what I come to find out is that I actually do want to go to an event from time to time, right? Especially if it's a particular event and it's a specific type of client that I really want to network with and kind of see, take a look at their staff and get a feel for them, and also present myself, because I know that not only am I going to be there and they're going to pay for it, but I'm going to be there as an investment of my time, because I'm going to be able to collaborate and network with people that I know are definitely going to use my services throughout the year. And if it's, for example, like a Sweet 16, most likely I'll have my assistant or my contractor go do that event. I'd rather go do a corporate event and, rub shoulders with people who I know I want to, like, definitely, formulate a relationship with. So, at what point do you find necessary to bring an assistant? So for me, guys, I'll bring an assistant on a 2 hour event if I'm training them and I'm showing them and I'm getting them familiar with the entire setup. So that's when I bring in an assistant, when it's someone that I'm training. Now, if it's a 4 hour event, I'll bring an assistant, just because with an assistant I'll be able to set up. With an assistant, I'll be able to set up much faster and take down much faster. That saves me time, and I'm all about time, because entrepreneurs, time is money. So yeah, that's the only time that I take an assistant, when I'm training them and getting a feel for them to see if I trust them enough to go out there by themselves in the future, and when it's like a 4 hour event. All right, let's get to the rest of the questions. What's going on over here? For the thumbs up, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. What time is it? 3:30. Cool. All right, we got time for more questions. Let's continue this here. So someone said, Joanna wrote, hey, I use a talent cell rechargeable on my booth and the arm went slow rather than plugging it in. Do you have that issue? When it comes to manufacturers and your motor, guys, you can have a motor that's a 12-volt motor or a 24-volt motor. You have to be very, very careful on what power bank you are using for that motor. Now, if your arm is starting off slow, well, let me circle back before we even dive into that part. If you guys have, for example, a 12-volt motor and you hook it up to a 24-volt battery, that battery is going to blow out your motor, and now you're going to have it. Now you're effed, right? You're screwed. So please be very mindful of what you're connecting your motor to and know the specs. Ask your manufacturer, hey, this motor that I'm going to be getting on my 360 booth, is it a 12-volt or 24-volt? All right. And then when you go on Amazon and you buy a rechargeable power bank, look at the specs, make sure they're compatible. You guys don't want to cause a short or blow out your motor. Now, as far as the speeds going slow, it could be that when you start your booth, you want to hit the plus button twice to speed it up to that regular speed. So it just really depends. I don't know if all you guys are buying where I'm buying from as far as my manufacturers go, my suppliers. But yeah, try that. Vanessa Franco says, hello, is TouchPix better than Snappic? My personal opinion, Vanessa, I played with Luma Booth, Snappic, and TouchPix, and I'm sticking with Snappic for multiple reasons. One is their level of innovation, and also their level of customer service is at a whole different level when it comes to Luma Booth and TouchPix. And that is me being very genuine with you guys, being in the line of being a concierge and being, having a big history and experience in customer service. I can tell you that Snappic does a great job at customer service. And I know a lot of you guys that are watching this can echo that, because you guys had that experience with Snappic as far as how they go above and beyond to help you guys out. Do you ever change your decal on the top? The decals that I was getting printed and shipped out, guys, I was selling magnet tops at one point, and it just it created it created too much hectic in my life, too much work, and so. But yeah, they're nice and thick, so I rarely have to change them out. They're like really durable material. But if you guys reach out to your suppliers, ask them, hey guys, can I get an addition to my order? Can I please get an extra cover for my booth? So because after a while, our booths go through a lot. People stampede on them every single evening on the weekend, and yeah, it gets worn out. So yeah, I'm getting a notification here because I have a meeting coming up, guys. I'm back to doing one-on-ones, but my schedule is very limited. But yes, I'm back to doing one-on-ones. I stopped that for a while. Let's continue with your questions here, guys, here on the YouTube platform. If you guys have any questions, please jump over here to YouTube. You normally have a client sign any sort of liability waiver that keeps your business safe. Supreme, every single time I have a deposit made, I'll send them what's called a 360 booth contract. This 360 booth contract is available on my website. And on top of that, I'm running my business as an LLC. So there's a contract in place, and then I have an LLC as well. And on top of that, I have business insurance to Thimble. So yes, guys, make sure you arm yourselves with as much protection as possible because it's all about the longevity of your business. We don't want to just be a flash in the pan. Okay, so we have another individual here. Can we get a video on how to add videos on the LCD screen for the digital booth? Yes, I made a video on and I posted it on YouTube already. So yeah, I have a video on how to grab a video from your desktop, put it on your memory card, plug that memory card into the digital booth, and then have that replaying on your LCD on your digital booth. So please find that on YouTube. It's already out. Telling you guys, anything that I feel it's a little bit complicated, I'll record myself doing it and then I'll put it out. That way you guys always have like a step by step on how to do things, and you guys don't get too frustrated with your situation, because I know exactly how it feels. And I think this is the reason why all of my videos are basically tutorials on things to do, things not to do, things to avoid, things you can do better, because I want you guys to have massive success during this short lifetime. That's why we're here right now having this combo. And my throat. I haven't done lives in a while. All right, let's get some more questions in, guys. Let's get some more questions in. Go ahead and copy and paste your questions on right over here to the live that we have going on here on YouTube here. You're welcome. You're welcome. What website you use for your website? What website you use for? Viva La Paula. I use Wix, and I've been using Wix for a while now. I had it before, and I decided to use it again for my photo booth business, and it's been wonderful. Wix is really helpful as well, and also it's really good. It's a really helpful tools within Wix. There's helpful tools that'll help you set up your website where it's SEO friendly, and you can easily get indexed for what you are providing and where you're located. So that really helps you if it's a first time building a website. That's why I use Wix. It's user friendly. It really is. If you guys on Instagram, so if you guys go on YouTube and just type in Canary Capital Rentals, once again, that's Canary Capital Rentals. That'll take you to my YouTube channel. Okay. Let's see. Khalid writes, I get more bookings from Instagram's ads rather than Google. Do you suggest I stick with promoting and boosting my content on Instagram? Khalid, so that's a great question. If you are spending money on Instagram ads and you're getting a great return, continue killing it with those Instagram ads. Now, if you ever want to jump into putting ads on TikTok, on Google, on YouTube, and you want to get some statistics, then yeah, definitely be open to that. But if Instagram ads is working for you and it's driving your business, that's great. However, you always have to think, what if for whatever reason Instagram froze my account or flagged my account or something happened, and all my business is only coming from Instagram. What would I do? So try to have at least, two to maybe three platforms that you can continuously use for your business, just in case one is under maintenance or something happened. That's just the way I see it. But yeah, man, continue killing it on Instagram if that works for you. Instagram, I've been having issues with Instagram where I can't add my website to my profile and I can't add any link onto my Instagram anymore. And it's been a pain in the ass trying to get technical support, because if you're not spending money on Instagram, technical support is not going to be there to help you. And technical support is basically tied to Facebook. And my Facebook page, guys, is I never really spend much time on it because I was just more focused on the community Facebook portion of it. But yeah, Nancy writes, so which app do you recommend if you do not have many events yet? Nancy, go ahead and try out LumaBooth. LumaBooth allows you to create an event right from your phone. And from last I used it, it was $20 a month plus an additional $8 for the iPad sharing station portion of it. I think it's called LumaShare. So yeah, Nancy, if you don't have too much going on right now, and events are just barely trickle in here and there, and you're on a tight budget, understandable. Go ahead and try out Luma Booth. So David writes, the best way to get on Google is Google My Business. Yes, that's accurate. That's correct. So D Fragoso, what was your question? Please post your question. Cool. Yeah. So here, guys, on the chat, let me do this, because you guys continuously ask me what is the best software to use for the 360 booth. And like I said, guys, I've been using Snapic. So here in the actual live stream on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and put this link right here is going to give you guys 10% off your monthly subscription, and it's going to give you 10% off your annual subscription. The only downfall is that if you guys stop with the monthly subscription and then you guys come back, then that 10% won't get applied anymore, which sucks. But that's the best I can do as far as getting you guys 10% off your subscription with Snapic. The 360 Fun Booth donated $2. Thank you so much. Didn't see that coming, but hey, I know that the universe is going to bless you 10 times. That's just the way it is, guys. And this is exactly why I take my time to do what I do, because I know that everything that I'm doing here right now, when I perish, these videos will continue to float around to help other people out, which is why I encourage everyone on Instagram to post your questions on the YouTube channel, because if I go into the YouTube questions and I answer those, then those questions will stay there for a while. King 26 Reyes donated $5. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Let's continue with these questions here. Says, he writes, what's up, man? My fiance and I are trying to start our own 360 business. What do you think our first step is? Make an LLC or something else? You can start it off as a sole proprietor. LLC, to register an LLC here in California, is going to run you around $800. Plus, you got to file for an LLC. So depending on who you want to use, there's a few service providers that'll help you generate the LLC and get everything going. So in the very, very beginning stages, it really depends on your budget. Now, I would say start off as a sole proprietor. I mean, like, it's okay, just do it under an individual name. And once you start making a little over $30,000, then you might want to consider turning it into an LLC. But in the beginning, you don't necessarily have to launch as an LLC. You could just do it as a sole proprietor, meaning an individual. So that business is tied to you as an individual. It's a small business and you're not making any money yet. So it might not make sense for you to spend $800 a year if you guys don't have that momentum going just yet. So that's my honest opinion. And this, once again, this is an opinion on if you should start off with an LLC immediately. It really depends on your budget and where you see your business as far as forecast goes when it comes to bookings. Sometimes some of you guys might get started and you guys get the demand is really high and there's not a lot of people providing that service and you guys are just busy, and that's amazing. Other folks that I've dealt with, they're in a situation, for example, like Texas is a ton of people, the population is massive, but then there's a lot of competition too. So everyone gets to eat, but it's about getting the biggest piece of the pie. And so you want to set yourself up for success. Yeah, it's a pleasure. The Snapic, does they do digital? Yeah. So David, so Snapic will provide you with the software that you can use for your digital booth, your DSLR booth, or your 360 booth. We got a good amount of questions lining up right here. See what I'm trying to read your guys' stuff. Not so much how you wrote it, because some of you guys just threw a bunch of words in here. Hold on. That's just funny. See, what's your preferred app for LCD booth, Luma booth, or TouchPix, or any other? My photo booth comes this week with the ones you recommend. So, Philip, it goes back to your budget, and don't only get fixated on the cheapest route. But I would say if you're really getting started and you're not super techy with software and applications, start off with Luma booth. Once you get confidence, come over and check out Snapic. Snapic has a 7-day free trial. And that, like I said, you can use for your photo booth that's coming in. Congratulations, by the way. And your 360 booth that you might get in the future. So Teresa wrote, "Hi, I just started to receive all my things from my 360 booth. That's an exciting time. Uh, is it a good option to use a GoPro?" So I haven't used the GoPro yet. Once Snapic rolls that out, I'm going to be using the GoPro because I want to be one of the first to really experiment with that and see how that works. And also, is there going to be any bugs? Is there going to be any delays? When something rolls out for the first time, usually it's like they throw it out there and it's like a test. It's like a beta phase. There you go. So yeah, I look forward to that. We'll see. I'm looking at the GoPro 10 right now, maybe 11. I might as well have the latest and greatest when it comes to technology because, like I said, guys, for me, I want to offer a premium experience and a premium service. So that means that we have to have great software, reliable equipment, so on and so forth. And you guys get my point. Let's see. What are my thoughts on enclosures? I like the enclosure on the digital booth. When it comes to the enclosure for the 360 booth, you're gonna need a very large enclosure, and so those are just my only thoughts. Don't really think about that much, but I do know that for my digital booth, when I have an enclosure, then people can go in there and have their privacy and take photos. It's nice. It's also a nice touch, and it's a nice presentation to have a nice inflatable enclosure. If you guys don't have money to buy an inflatable enclosure, that's okay. If you guys invest in the digital booth, just know that most of the events that you're going to go to, they usually have like a little backdrop going on already, and you can utilize that same exact backdrop to place your digital booth. Okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is don't let doubt and discourage you from potential success because you won't know until you take that leap. Khaled writes, I'm just trying to be mindful of time, guys, because I have a meeting coming up. Khaled writes, do you factor in Snapic fees to your cost, or do you absorb those Snapic fees? Yeah, so we pretty much absorb everything, but at the end we take all that and then we stack it up against our profit margins, and yeah, so as long as we're making money, so yeah, all my fees from Snapic, all my gas, my insurance, all of that I take into account when I am setting up my prices, and this brings me back to telling you guys, remember, guys, when you're charging only $500 for a 2-hour 360 event, you guys are not really making money. It sounds like you're making a lot of money when you tell your friends and family, yeah, I'm making $500 in 2 hours is nothing. Really, what led to that event? So think about that. You're welcome, Philip. Oh, Lizeth. So I am using a standard iPhone 13. That's exactly what I'm using for the 360 booth. Is a standard iPhone 13. For my digital booth, I am using an iPad Air 5th generation, and I bought an iPhone 14 just to test it out. As far as the 13 and the 14 goes, not much of a difference at all. So I'm going to be waiting for the iPhone 15 to drop, and then we'll upgrade to the iPhone 15 in hopes that we get a bigger camera sensor. And thank you guys so much for your tips here. Uh, Adriana, London, thank you for the $5. Much appreciated. Thank you. And thanks everyone for hooking me up with a thumbs up. That helps. I have a question right here coming up on Instagram. Once again, everyone on Instagram, guys, moving forward, just post all your questions on the YouTube. Okay, because I'm not going to be answering my DMs. Some of you guys are probably mad at me, but I'm okay with you guys being mad at me because I need to focus on myself first before I pour out to the world. And it is what it is. And I'm just being transparent with you guys, letting you know that I won't be able to get to all my DMs because all these DMs only lead to other questions, to new questions. And it's only one person versus that person posting their question on the platform here on YouTube and me answering their question. And everyone can see that answer, which helps everyone across the board. But let's go ahead and answer this question right here. So I received my photo booth from Sandy. I don't know a Sandy. Maybe Cindy? I have everything I need. However, I'm not techie and I'm so lost. Is there anywhere I can go to help? So one of the things you can do, Swirl Shell, is come on over to the Facebook group that we have. It's a 360 Booth Global Family. We have over 3,000 360 booth operators that are going to help you. We have people with a ton of experience on there. We have people that are brand new, just like you. So I encourage you to come over and join the Facebook group. Okay. But don't be afraid of technology. Technology is here to help us out. Okay. Thank you, Philip. Thank you. Thank you guys for the donations. Appreciate it. Last night I did a one-on-one mentorship with him, and let me tell you, he's the best. Hey, thank you, Lizeth. It was a pleasure to meet you last night. Thank you. What's the name of the group? All right, let me go and let me go to Facebook here and then share the link with you guys. That way, you guys can come right over to the group here. It's called the 360 Booth Global Family. I'm about to copy and paste this link onto the chat right here on YouTube, so everyone can come right here and network, make new friends, and hopefully you guys blossom into some relationships that are going to last forever and ever. Because at the end of the day, we're all here right now because we have a common interest and we have common goals. And at the end of the day, we're just entrepreneurs at heart. So it's a pleasure here hanging out with you guys today. I appreciate that you guys showed up and asked these great questions. I also really love the fact that you guys said, you know what? Let me just throw some money at David, even though he doesn't look nothing like a stripper. But I appreciate his time. So thank you guys for the tips and donations. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I collected about 19 thumbs up. To me, that's cool. I'm grateful. That's if that's all I can get, then that's all I can get. It is what it is. So thank you so much, guys, for the hearts here, and everyone on TikTok and Instagram, guys. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel because I still have plenty of what's the word inspiration to continuously put out content, and I want to make sure you guys get a hold of that content because believe it or not, I get a ton of questions from people, and those questions is like, man, I already took a ton of energy and time to edit and upload a video on YouTube that answers that question. So if you guys subscribe and hit the bell notification, then you guys will know when this information is coming out because I'm pushing information out that's relevant for the time being. But yeah, guys, I have a meeting coming up, and I usually like to take like a 3-minute walk outside before I sit down and have my one-on-ones. I just want to soak in the sun or get some fresh air because I work from home now, and on the weekends, we're out party rocking, spinning with 360 booth, having a good old time. So Mondo writes, David, how do you do the button, that top button on your shirt? Is there a specific brand? My neck is just fat. Oh, Mondo. This is a like a sportswear Nike shirt, Mondo. And my neck is, I don't have a thick neck, bro. I mean, if you have a fat neck, I guess that's a solid thing, bro. Because if you get hit in the face, you can take a punch at that neck like Mike Tyson. Um, but yeah, brother. I got this at where did I get this? I think either Marshalls or Burlington's Co Factory, man. I'm getting some shirts done, guys. Hey, I bought over 20 uniform shirts. I got polos, I got t-shirts, and I got sweaters. I'm going to show you guys all that merchandise I bought. I'm going to show you my new logo, and I'm going to show you guys why I switched the logo. I'm going to be sharing that specific provider that provided me with those shirts and that service. I'm going to give you guys the prices that I paid and the quality of the shirts. It's going to be a video just for you guys, because when you guys show up to these events and you guys are dressed semi-formal, that's cool. But if you guys are not showing up with an actual uniform, then it's more of a gig and a hustle versus you guys showing up in uniform shirts, and it shows that you are a business, you guys are a recognized brand, and you guys really have to do that for your business, because it's all about what you project and what other people perceive you as what you are. So remember, guys, first time impression counts, so make it count, okay? I would probably gonna, okay, let's just answer 2 more questions, guys, but I really got to step out. All right. Um, Victor writes, David, I want to book a one-on-one with you for this Thursday. Is there a specific time you would prefer? You know, Victor, here's the thing, Victor. Uh, a lot of folks that schedule one-on-ones with me, they're in different time zone. Sometimes they're 2 to 3 hours ahead of me. So the best thing that you can do is, and here I'll put in the links as well, guys. The best thing you guys can do is go on my website if you guys want to book a one-on-one with me. If it's within your budget, okay, don't force anything. If it's within your budget, book a one-on-one with me. I'll get notification of that booking, and if it conflicts with my current agenda, then I'll let you know if we can either move it an hour ahead or a day after, same time. But I'll try to work with your schedule, because I understand that you guys want the information, you guys want it now. I totally get it. So here is the link to my website. Go ahead and just book a time that's convenient for you. My website is going to reflect your time zone. So just know that my website, when you log in, it's going to reflect your time zone. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Mano was just playing with me about the top button, man. um, I don't have any content yet to put on my Instagram or Facebook. Do you have any content, guys? So I made a video last year saying that I'll help you guys with content and videos, and I did it for as long as I could. But going into my phone and making sure I'm in a place where there's good Wi-Fi and sending you guys videos and pictures was taking up too much of my time. So I want to help you guys out, but at the same time, my time is valuable, and I do want to enjoy my life aside, away from my phone, away from my laptop, away from electronics. So what I plan on doing is I'm planning on having like a big fat zip file with a ton of photos and a ton of videos that you guys can download for like $10, like from my website. That way, you guys just go on to my website, download that zip file, and then you guys have a ton of content. As far as that's the only solution I could think of, because $10 I know to you guys isn't much, but it'll add up and it'll help me out. So that's probably what I end up doing. Okay, last question. Here we go. Last question. And once again, guys, before I leave, I just want to just remind you guys that whatever you focus on expands in this world. So if you guys are focused on your bills, more bills are going to come. If you guys are focused on, spirituality, you'll start getting more signs of life. Like you'll start realizing more synchronicities, and you'll notice more. So whatever you focus on is going to expand. Okay, so if it's family, then nourish that relationship with your family. And this has been a journey for me, and now I've had people, show off their frustration because I didn't get to their answers. I'm sorry, I didn't get to their questions, and for a little bit, it fucked with me in my mind, because I felt like, I do so much and I put out so much, but these people are mad at me because I couldn't get to them on time, and it's almost like I let them down. Well, just remember, guys, that it's only one David. There's one David, and I'm just doing the best that I can, and I'm trying to just be as efficient as possible. But at the same time, I can't be mad at you, and I can't be mad at myself and have a guilt trip, because I got to focus on myself first before I can continue to pour on to others. And I just want to remind you guys that I'm just a man, and I'm not perfect, and I'm going to mess up here and there. And when I do mess up, I am going to share that with you guys, so you guys don't have those type of issues for your business. Okay. All right. So it was a pleasure meeting with you all here today. Thank you so much. We're going to wrap it up for now. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome, Mondo. It's always nice to catch up with you, Mondo. All right, guys. Take care. Peace.